we're still getting used to this new setup. If you were watching my last video, I may have told you, I can't remember. Who remembers what I said last time? Not me. I replaced my tripod, which the camcorder used to sit upon, with a desk-mounted version. It's basically a giant pole with a cantilever arm off it, something like this, with the camera at the end, the microphone's on top of it because I dug out my Rode video mic stereo or whatever it's called, and the ring light is at the top of the main pole. So I'm still fiddling with, you know, like the setup to get it right, and I'll continue to fiddle because no matter how I set it up, I'm always going to think, oh, perhaps if I move it up just 5mm, I'll make all the difference. It won't. But we're not here to talk about my camera setup because it would be a very, very bizarre video. We're here to talk about CD cases. I was thinking about this the other day. I have a lot of CDs, and the reason I have a lot of CDs is for a long time I feel that they were an unloved format in the modern age of MP3s and Spotify. And it came from basically I buy a lot of things from charity shops and second-hand shops and that type of thing, and CDs, there were walls and walls of CDs. It wasn't unusual for shops to do special offers on them, like buy 10 for £1, that type of thing. And, you know, depending on the shop you went into, would depend on the type of thing you would get in. It's very much like LPs. You don't go into you might have a mental list, or a physical list if you're like me, of LPs that you might want to pick up, but you don't go into a charity shop thinking, ooh, I hope I find a copy of, I don't know, Pink Floyd's The Wall today. Just as an example, I have Pink Floyd's The Wall. It's a recent press of it. You go in thinking, oh, I wonder if there'll be anything interesting there today, and before you know it, you've come out with, in my case the other day, 2 different recordings of Elgar's Enigma variations. I do like Elgar's Enigma variations, but that's, again, by the by, we might come on to that at a later date. I was thinking about CDs the other day because I was there thinking to myself, I have a lot of CDs. And I was looking at them thinking, how could I organise them better? Now, I have a few shelves, or a short shelf, 90cm shelves, of compilations, and they're sorted into a decade and then alphabetical order. But I was then thinking, could I reorganise them into case type? And I thought, no. The end. And it was at that point that I thought, there are lots of different case types here, aren't there? And there are. In CDs, there are a lot of different case types, which is what I want to talk about today. Bet you're excited now, aren't you? There are things that you know, like this is Dark Side of the 80s, the very best of alternative rock, goth and indie guitar. You'll notice it says alternative because that's the right word. It isn't alternate. It's alternative. It's a thing, weirdly enough, it is a thing that I understand it, it's a shorter word, but, you know, like alternate dimensions, it's alternative dimensions. Well, I believe it is anyway, I'm probably wrong. I'm not. But yeah, so you've got this. Now this, I used to have this, and then I got rid of it when I got rid of all of my CDs, because I thought, oh, I don't need those anymore, I'm switching to MP3s, I've got my iPod or whatever it was at the time. It wouldn't have been. I didn't have Apple products until quite late on. But this, so I had this, got rid of it, found it for £1 in a charity shop, bought it, and yeah, that's what I've done. I rebought a lot of the collection I used to have and added to it since then. This is a dual case. More accurately, it's a 2-disc dual case. You'll be familiar with this. As you can see, this one's had a bit of an accident. This one's had a bit of an accident, which was the thing that dual cases were prone to doing because they're plastic and brittle. And if you're anything like me, when you drop them, or if you drop them in the case of this CD, which I'll just pick up now. Yeah, so when you drop them, you know, like the bits, the actual plasticky bits break off and it's a bit disappointing, and you can glue them back on, but chances are they're going to break again. But you know, to use a cliche, it is what it is because it is, and it is arguably the most common CD style you'll see from back in today is jewel cases. They're called jewel cases, incidentally, because jewels are associated with romance and love, and very much like love, if you drop it, it shatters into a million pieces and cannot be repaired. There you go, that's the type of content you're getting from me now. You get other formats as well. You get things like Digipack. This is a Digipack. Thank God it's a Digipack, and I felt stupid otherwise. This is, oh look, this is, now that's what I call love songs. Oh, it all comes together. This is being a YouTuber, not just waffling endlessly about everything, which I'm doing now, I noticed. This is a Digipack. Similar principle. You've got your CD. You've got a paper case this time, or a cardboard case in this time. You've got your CDs on little plastic trays, and these are glued, hot glued, I think, or some glued onto the cardboard. And you know, occasionally manufacturing issues do cause problems where you'll open it up and you realise that the plastic container has slipped slightly. But what you can do is, now I've done it in the past, you can either heat up the glue in winter, just stick it on a radiator, just stick the thing on a radiator for a few minutes, it'll heat up the glue, you lift it off, reposition it, job done. If you've got a hairdryer, you can do the same again, because it is the type of glue that just, you know, it becomes tacky when it's warm. And it's easy glue to replace as well. But yeah, that's a Digipack. Then you've got things like this. I say things like this, I actually don't know what this is, because I did want to look downstairs, then I've brought it upstairs, but there was a vast amount between each time. This is, again, now that's what I call love songs, not to be confused. Oh, this is now, that's what I call a love song. It's got 4 discs of a love song. This is now, that's what I call love songs, it's 3 discs. So there we go. Yeah, now that's what I call a love song. This is, what type is this? This is, I think this is wallet style. You know, completely cardboard, better for the environment, I would imagine, assuming I'm recycling it. And the discs slip into these slots in the cardboard. As with no, not as with the Digipack, because the Digipack doesn't. So, I mean, you know, like, it's got some information. It's got the track listing for each disc printed onto the wallet itself. It's also got the track listing on the back, should you need it, which I never do, because if I'm putting in a CD, I'm going to play the whole CD. Then you've got, I mean, you've got other styles along the same theme. Oh, yes. You remember my jewel case, which fell to bits in my very hands? This is a fat jewel case. Same principle, but it's designed for lots of discs. Jewel case was originally designed to hold 1 disc. That 2 CD case is pretty slim. It's the same thickness as a standard jewel case, which wasn't always the case. This is a fat jewel case. This has 5 CDs in it, 101 power ballads. It has 6 CDs in it, and it's got little holdy things, you know, little flaps for each of the discs. You know, there you go. 2 discs on there. It's got a little booklet in there somewhere as well. There it is. There's a little booklet which has, I assume, with this it'll just be track listings and who wrote the songs. It won't be anything like you know, like telling you which albums they came from or anything. Same issue with this type of thing as this. If you drop it, it probably is going to shatter. I've had a number of these cases shattered. Somebody messaging me. Lots of people messaging me. I'm suddenly hugely popular. That's inconvenient. Probably people wondering when this video is going to be posted. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, you drop it, it is going to shatter, and, you know, it is disappointing when it happens, sometimes because of the way that I buy things. Despite the fact I use Discogs to keep a list of my collection, I occasionally forget to look at Discogs, so I occasionally end up with the same CD over more than once. And, you know, there's been cases where that's been a benefit. I either redonate them, or if I can't be bothered, I keep them and just keep them in the pile and think I should do something with those later. I've replaced a few CD cases that have broken from broken ones and have now just ended up with the discs. But that's by the by. Then you've got Digi-Sleeve. Now this is 80s mixtape. There's a theme here. I love compilations. I was going to say so sue me, but somebody probably will. Digi-Sleeve again, you open it up. Digi-Sleeve again, you open it up, and it's got the track listings on the inside. That's really, really good. The discs go into, and oh, wait for this, yeah, with the name, whoa, it goes into these sleeves. There you go. Right, that is annoying me now. Right, whoever's messaging me, can you please stop? And, you know, so this again has... We're going to put the phone on silent, everyone, because I didn't expect to be this popular at 9 AM. Anyway, you've got, you know, like I say, this is 5 discs. And it folds up into, you know, quite, you know, really, really quite slender package. If you compare it to my other 5 discs, well, this is 6 discs, but we'll pretend it's 5. You know what I mean? You know, beauty of this is thinner packaging, more CDs for your shelves, assuming they were all released like this. They're not, or they weren't. Then you've got, I think these are just called mini LP or mini sleeves, but basically this again, now that's what I call 100 hits from 100 nows. It's 5 disc compilation. Completely cardboard box. Open it up, you've got these lovely little, very similar to the type of sleeve you'd find a record in, except a lot smaller. I've just belched there, it's so impolite of me. I'm probably not going to remember to edit that out, but if I do, you didn't hear me belch. Again, you know, there you go, look at that. Yeah, so again, pretty robust. What I like about these is that if you drop this, you'll get a ding in the corner of it, but everything else will be fine. You're not going to be picking up bits of plastic for the next 3 weeks. But why am I talking about this? Well, because I like doing videos about this type of thing. No, the truth is, it is more than just looking at a wall of CDs and thinking, oh gosh, why have I bought all of these? What am I doing with my life? It was looking at 2 particular types of CD box set that baffle me, because all of these, despite the form of the packaging, are all the same size. They are just slightly larger than CD size. That's a technical term. Don't look it up. It'll confuse you. Then you get things like this. Now this is one of the few CDs that I bought new. Well, CD box sets that I bought new. I think this is a digipack, but a tall digipack. I think it's what it's called. Oh no, it's actually sleeve based. Okay, well that's fine. So, yeah, so you've got, again, you've got the CDs. I'm a bit disappointed by that, to be honest. But you've got the CDs. Yeah, they look quite good. They look a bit like cassette reels. This is Life Moves Pretty Fast, the John Hughes mixtape. So it's music from John Hughes' fantastic films. And what I like about this format in particular is that there's a book, a little book, and it is attached to the case, but there is a book, you know, which provides insight into, you know, like the tracks, the films, you know, yeah, because John Hughes, and in the same way to James Gunn, I think it is, he chooses known tracks or released tracks that mean something within the context of whatever he's doing, whatever the scene is. I suppose a lot of filmmakers do that, but I don't imagine there's a lot of filmmakers who sit there thinking the track I want for this is this. They hope to get the track. Could be wrong there, probably am. Explaining that terribly, terribly, terribly. I mean, you know, so on this you've got four CDs, and some of them I remember better than others. Some of the tracks I know better than others. I mean, there's Psychedelic Fair's Pretty in Pink from the film Pretty in Pink, very, very good film. What's that track that I like? I ask you as if you're going to be able to answer. There's a song that I particularly like that I'm sure was from one of his films. Brilliant Mind. It's a track by Furniture, and it's absolutely cracking. And so yeah, I got this because, like I say, I like the work of John Hughes. I have a lot of his films on DVD. I have a number of the soundtracks on LP, including Some Kind of Wonderful, which I think it's Some Kind of Wonderful. I'm absolutely sure it's called that, which is where Brilliant Mind is played. It is Some Kind of Wonderful. I need new glasses. You got that. Something I didn't buy brand new, but bought simply because it amused me is this. This is the Rod Stewart Sessions, 1971 to 1998. Now this is a 4-disc set, and it's got that digipack look. You know, like I say, it's got the it's cardboard, quite heavy cardboard sleeve. Heavy as in thick, not heavy as in weighty. It's got a book. It's got the plastic holder for the CDs, and the reason I bought this, and it's such a stupid reason, is you've got disc 1 and disc 2, and disc 2 is 2 lines. Then at the back you've got let me just show you this one. Then you've got disc 3, and the 3 is 3 lines. 3 lines, like Roman numerals. Then you've got disc 4, which is just 4 lines, like you were writing, you know, like you were doing a tally on a bit of paper, and if there'd have been a 5th disc, you'd have struck through them. So that was the reason for buying that. And in fairness, there is some music on here that I really do quite like. So you've got these, and like I say, with these, they are much taller. They're more book-sized than the other CDs. That's a really bad example, isn't it? Both dark colours there. So let's move them apart a bit. You've got that. There you go. Look, so it's about what, you know, like just over a third taller. That's going to be terrible maths there. But that's not where it stops, because I have 2 other things that I bought. Now, one of them I bought for a £5, and I quite like it because of how ridiculous it is. It's this. This is Muse's The Resistance, can't you tell? And just to show you, there you go. There's the track listing on the back. Yeah, obviously I don't need to go into detail for you. And it is very much like a record box set. I've got a couple of record box sets like this. So we open it up, and we have in it Muse The Resistance. We have it on LP. We have the other disc of Muse The Resistance, also on LP. We have this print. We have Muse The Resistance on CD. Only thing missing is tape. Oh, but what about MP3, I hear you ask? Oh yeah, Muse The Resistance on a memory stick. And for a £5, I must admit, right, outside of a small number of songs, gosh, that was difficult to get off. It's a rubber memory stick. Outside of a few Muse songs, I'm not a huge fan of Muse. I bought this because it was a £5, and like I say, it amused me that it was this multimedia package. Multimedia, people don't still use that term. But that's not just the only thing, because the size of this is because it's got LPs in it. Obviously, it's got to be this size. The other thing that we have, linking into, obviously, is this. This is the McFly Anthology Tour, which was an online release only, and I bought this on eBay, and I bought it for, I bought it for what I believe to be a reasonable price. Looking at the Discogs listing, I bought it at the lower end, so I'm happy with that. Released in 2016, it is a 5-disc set with recordings from their live anthology tour. The recordings are London, Glasgow, Manchester. I'm sure there's somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, yes, so I bought this. And I quite like the music of McFly. It is fun music to listen to. So if I open this up now, what do we have in this? Because it can't just be CDs, I hear you saying. It isn't. You've got a whacking great book. And one of the reasons for getting it is I like this type of thing. Something that disappoints me with some CDs is when it's just a track listing. In fact, a lot of CDs are like that. I like, like liner notes and that type of thing. So you've got, like a book that covers the, it's got, pictures from the tour itself and a few comments in there and stuff. You've got the playlists for each night or replicas thereof, which is quite nice. Yeah. You've then got a set of drumsticks. You've got some little picks. Right, okay. And then there's there's one a lanyard. I didn't go to this tour. But what I like about this as a particular setup is then you've got you've got the CDs in the bottom corner, because you needed all of that space, didn't you? Again, the CDs are sleeved, and one of them, so you've got the 5 CDs and a DVDs and a disc of the lads having banter. Now, I mean, with it being a CD, it's going to be either 74, well, up to 80 minutes of banter. Assuming that they spoke for more than that on the tour, because, it was a multi-day tour. Parental advisory. So the only just has a parental advisory thing on the back. I can't remember if I've listened to it. I may not have done. But yeah, actually I've put that the wrong way around. There we go. So again, this box is a LP sized box. It's actually the same size box as the Muse one, but it doesn't contain LPs. Which is a bit of a shame. It would have been nice if it did, but there you go. It's not that big a deal. It's also, I mean, again, if you have a look at the box, there's actually nothing on it apart from the front. It's got a bit tacky down that side. I wonder why that is. It's actually... Oh, no, I do know why that is. It's on the back as well. It's a bit of sticky tape that was probably to hold it together. Not hold it together, but, I don't know why it would have been there. I can't remember how it was shipped. Anyway, that's by the by. So there you go. It's got... Yeah. And it is the same size as the Muse one. You're going to have to believe me that it's the Muse one. Well, it's actually just slightly bigger than the Muse one. Can we see that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Problem with these is fitting them on shelves, because while that will fit amongst my LPs, this won't. It won't fit into the KLX, so the IKEA KLX, Calyx, or whatever we call it, that my LPs are in. So it sits between a massive desk tidy that I have and something else. Actually, it sits next to a box that I bought to put LPs in until I get round to playing them, which keeps getting fuller and fuller. But that's by the by. What have we learnt? Dave has CDs. Now, I think we've learnt a lot. We've learnt that there are different types of CD cases, and some of them are fragile, like the hearts of the people who get offended by a fence, or offend and get offended. Who knows? I don't know which way around society works. There were local elections recently. It was mind-blowing. I say mind-blowing. I think the results were predictable. But this is not a politics channel. This is a channel where I just waffle. Remember what I said about love. Don't fall in love. It's bad for you. That's it for now then. I'll catch you in my next video. I now have to take the thumbnail for this one. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you again next time.